Hello Darts Nuts, welcome to the Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be having a look at the Bulls Krzysztof Ratajski, the Polish Eagle darts. I don't know if I've pronounced his name right, but I had a good stab at it. And these are the Scoremaster darts, which were recently released in the Bulls Darts Germany product launch. So let's check them out. So I'm reviewing the 22 gram version. They're 80% tungsten. You can also get them in 24 grams in steel tip and 18 grams in soft tip, and the retail for £32.85. So the darts come in this cardboard packaging, and as you can see it's got the pictures of the player and he's the Polish Eagle logo. So inside we've got this inlay with this velvety covering, and if I can get them out, these are well stuck in. The darts are fitted into a neat little point holder. I think the other one that I did the review on, the clear markers, they were a metal. This one is a kind of a plastic and rubber, but they come supplied with the B grip polycarbonate medium stems, and you've also got a set of the Krzysztof Ratajski B-Star standard shape flights, nice red with the eagle on. The dart's fit with a silver point, and it's a very classic straight barrel ring grip style. Your tapered nose section there, and then you've got two sections of fine ring grip with a smooth section in the middle, which has got the Bulls and player's name etched on it. At the very end of the barrel you've got a couple of painted rings in the colours of the Polish flag, red and white. Quite an elegant looking dart, so if you're into your straight barrel ring grip style you might want to give them a go. And it's fitted with the B grip polycarbonate medium stems and some quite nicely designed red and black B-Star Krzysztof Ratajski flights. Kind of an understated design, but it's quite effective, the black against the red, and it's got the player's name right in the bottom there as well. So as you can see, it's got a tapered nose and it's a classic ring style grip. Flat rings but fairly deepish narrow grooves in between the rings, but not massively grippy. And around the middle section you've got the player's signature and the Bulls logo. Now I didn't notice this before, but as you can see the front section is a square edged ring grip, and the rear section has got a kind of a beveled ring grip, and the grooves are not as narrow and not as deep. So it just shows you, when you look at it in close-up, you do see a difference. At the very end you've got a couple of painted grooves and then a smooth section right at the end of the barrel. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Bulls Krzysztof Ratajski Scoremaster darts. Dart's fit with a silver 26mm point. It's got a tapered nose, that's 5mm. The front half is made of this flat square edged ring grip, that's 15.5mm. Around the middle with the logo and signature it's smooth, that's 10mm. On the rear half it's another thin ring grip with beveled edges, that's 18mm. And then you've got a smooth section on the end of 3.5mm. Length is 52mm, width is 6.5mm. 22.06 grams. 22.08 grams and 22.09 grams. Full setup 23.91 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. I'd say the front section of ring grip is slightly grippier than the rear section, but at most it's only 5. Would help if I kept the flight on when I threw the dart. The chin strikes again. How many times have I knocked the flight off with my chin? It's one of the reasons why I prefer the moulded flights these days. It means I don't have to hurt me back picking them up off the floor as well. What's going on? The flights don't want to stand. I have to hurt me back again picking it up. I think there's a conspiracy against me. Right. I was going to say the darts have got... that stem's a bit knackered, I think. Oh, I was throwing a little bit earlier on, like just to have a quick go of them, and I did get a bit of a Robin Hood, so it must be that one that I've knackered. I was going to say the darts have got that kind of, it sounds a bit stupid to say, but that kind of like solid feel to them. It doesn't really make sense when you say that. It's just the easiest way to describe how it feels. Could be just down to the fact that there's not a lot machined from it, but it's a nice feeling, but a little bit hard to describe it. But the grip at that front section, although it's flat, I'm finding the edges are kind of like interacting with my fingerprint ridges just a little bit, and maybe it's just a little bit more grippy than I first thought. You know, I can feel definitely something there. How long that's going to last though, I don't know, but it seems fine for front grip. Oh, treble 5 champion, there we go. Oh, I think I was going for another treble 5 on that one. Now for the middle grip, I'm mostly where the smooth section is, so I'm definitely not getting as much grip there. And again, it's a bit nippy today, so my hands are quite cold. You know, you get that cold, dry feeling in your skin. So the darts around the middle actually feeling a little bit more slippy. So if you're a middle gripper and you need some grip, may not be the best one for you, even though straight barrel darts will work for middle grippers. I think that middle section, or the smooth section there, is maybe a little bit too wide for some middle grippers, but depending on where you're gripping, you might get a little bit of the grip from the rings above. I managed to get a treble. Well, I know I got a treble 5 again, like, but it will work for a middle gripper. It's just that smooth section may be in the right spot for most middle grippers, I think. I meant in the wrong spot for most middle grippers. Treble 1 champion again. Now, I don't think that ring grip on the rear, it just has a slightly different feel to the front ring grip, and I don't think it's quite as grippy as the front. Not a lot in it, like, but it may depend on how your own fingers work with it. But I'm actually finding my fingers running over the rear grip a little bit easier than what it did at the front. Yeah, I got one treble there from the rear grip. So it's definitely a dart for people who don't need a lot of grip. And obviously there's so many people who love straight barrel darts that I'm sure there's a lot gonna like these. It's not a dart for me though. Bit on the long side, but I think I should have tried some short stems. I think they'll fly better with short stems. A little bit fishtaily at times and a little bit spirally, but I think that's just down to the length of the dart and the whole setup. But I didn't mind the front section. It feels better than I thought it was. Middle grippers, not a lot of grip there for you, and rear grippers a little bit less than the front, but it still should be fine if you're rear grippers. And if you're one of those that like to spread your fingers along the barrel, I think it should be fine for you. If that's in, it is! I don't believe it. So I got 1, 2, 180! So that was a nice way to end. Now that last dart that I threw, I had no idea it was in, but I thought I'm just going to throw it as hard as I can. Now I think these not quite right with this setup for me, but I was trying to throw it a little bit flatter and they seem to be going a bit better that way. So if that's the kind of dart you like, then great. But for me as a front gripper, a little bit on the long side, so I think I definitely have to use them with a shorter stem. Now I do quite like the feel of the dart, even though it's not massively grippy and my hands are quite cold at the moment. I wasn't getting that much slippage from the front as I thought I was going to be getting, and I think it's just down to the way the edges of them like grooves or the rings are. It just seems to be catching a little bit on my like fingerprint ridges, so just as a little bit of grip from that. Middle grippers, well, I think it depends on where you're going to be. If you're mostly on that smooth section, you're not getting much grip at all. Now rear grippers, it's just a little bit less grippy than the front, but I think because it's got the beveled edges, I did find my fingers kind of like slip over it a little bit more. So again, it may just depend on the individual, but quite a nice elegant dart, kind of a simple design, classic ring grip or variation of, but for a player's dart it's not too bad. The price £32.95. I know it's 8% tungsten, but it actually has a really nice solid feel to it, so it feels quite nice quality dart. So there you go, I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a closer look at them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.